telescope, whatever. But you need something because this offense as a unit has come out, and Maryland was bringing it. They were rocking early, and these kids did not wilt. This is a tribute to these young kids out here in the blue and gold for the Mountaineers.
Got a timeout called here on the play. It's called by West Virginia, strangely enough. They want to get things organized here with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to play here now in College Park, and on the verge of going 3-0. West Virginia had scored and gone up by a 21-6 count, but Maryland would not will it. A big pass play of 74 yards to Vernon Davis. A pass and run play, his 5th career touchdown, 2nd of the season. And then the fumble on the ensuing kickoff, picked up by Maryland. Another touchdown pass. Calling back this time to JoJo Walker from 12 yards out, and Maryland all of a sudden is within reach. West Virginia comes roaring back, and that is Gwaltney going into the end zone to score, and it's 28-19. Jason Gwaltney for his 2nd touchdown of the day. He scored the 1st touchdown of this game. He may have scored the last touchdown of this game.
And Maryland still has something to build on. You go back to last week's game against Clemson, where they controlled the game for most of the game, but they're going to have to play smarter. And that's the thing that Ralph has been preaching and teaching the whole way, but the kids have got to buy into it.
White on the option, forced the other way. Just goes down at the 22-yard line. Good pressure by Dre Moore of Maryland, the 6'4", 298-pound sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. West Virginia up here by 9. Let's look at our Aaron's scoreboard involving ACC teams. Virginia stays unbeaten, 25th in the country, winning on the road at Syracuse. And in the 3rd, it is Duke over VMI, 33-0. Good to see the Blue Devils
save some of those points for us.
Yeah, get any last week.
It's a big window for Coach Roof.
Some big games coming up later on this afternoon. Miami at Clemson. Boston College gets its baptism in the ACC at home against Florida State. You've got Georgia Tech going at it tonight against Connecticut in another ACC Big East matchup. Wake Forest taking on East Carolina. Surprised to see Jim Grove's team at 0-2.
That is a big surprise for me.
And that's the next opponent for these Maryland Terrapins on the road at Wake Forest. 40-yard field goal coming up for McAfee here, with 2:22 left to go. The kick is up, and it is good. 2:18 left to play here at College Park. Insurance points for West Virginia, up 31-19. Maryland Terrapins. Special thanks in the booth today, our statistician Steve Sandler, and our spotter in his first time ever in that position, Seth Perlman. Way to find a count of himself today here at College Park.
Seth's found a career.
He's found himself a caller. Hollenbach 1st and 10. Pass to the flats. It's complete to Lance Powell, and nothing doing, D. McCann says. Stops it for very little gain in the flats. Clock rolling. 2:04 left to play. Let's see it again.
Well, Maryland dug themselves quite a hole, but you got to keep fighting because you're building on next week and building the personality of your football team.
Pass to the flats this time complete. JoJo Walker, and whoa, he gets unloaded upon again. That's Larry Williams, a sophomore from Highland Springs, Virginia.
He's a good special teams player, too. He's been involved in a lot of special teams plays for West Virginia.
West Virginia did it on the ground this afternoon. 302 yards, 4.9 a rush. Number 1 in the country in that category. Hollenbach, the throw to Davis, and it's complete. Behind the defenders, McCann brings him down with help from Mike Lorello. And it's a nice gain for the Terrapins down to the West Virginia 30-yard line. A 34-yard gain. Davis already the beneficiary of a 74-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, the guy's unstoppable. He really is money.
But Maryland has got to, as Ralph Friedgen described to us yesterday, we've got to establish the run early in the game. We know Sam Hollenbach is talented, and he's shown it today. Here's Davis again. And Davis, short gain, got out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:25 left to go. Well, Maryland's got to have 2 scores here.
It's like Donnie Woods there, the guard, getting out there to help him right at the end. You know, Ralph just got to get enough of those guys. You know, JoJo Walker, to me, it's really defined himself you know, as a guy you can go to. Fenner bounce back for him. Davis, we know this guy, you know, he's a pure beast. And Hollenbach had one, you know, the fumble, but he's managed the game well. He needs some help, but they've got something to build on.
2nd down and 5. Hollenbach back to throw. Has a man in the flat. Oh, Banks. Or Lance Ball actually almost beheaded there by D. McCann.
Yeah, again, you know, I definitely have to take my man Sam out for a burger and talk to him about these red shirt throws, because your quarterback has to know where he's leading you. He's got to see that. And if it's not there, throw it away or throw it low, but you got to help. You can protect your people.
Wow, McCann laid a lick on Lance Ball.
They got to get one of these throws. It's got to be in the end zone.
3rd and 5. Hollenbach steps up, pumps once, fires incomplete for Weatherly. Mike Lorello with tight coverage. And man, Doc, you're hearing pads everywhere.
Yeah, but that's on Sam. I mean, you got to give your receiver a chance. Get the ball down so a guy can catch and run. In your 3rd down situation, ball just got a little high on him, but, you know, if it were easy, buddy, there'd be a long line of people out here doing it. This is tough. It's tough to play this game at this level, and it's tough to play against a good team. Any chance Maryland has to come back rides on this play. They have 1:14. They have 2 timeouts left. They're faced with 4th down and 5. Hollenbach pumps once. Now will carry himself, and he is going to be short of the 1st down at the 22-yard line. He needed the 21, brought down at the 22, and that'll do it for Maryland. Bringing him down, Morty Ivy, redshirt freshman from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, for the West Virginia Mountaineers, who go home to Morgantown and Mountaineer Field and take on East Carolina next week. Yeah, it's hard. Boy, you work your tail off all spring to be a good football team, and sometimes you come up a yard short.
Well, it's going to be close enough to measure. Let's see. Give up yet? But no, you can't. Yep, you're short. Our yellow line isn't lying.
But you know what? You get a couple of days to sulk and beat yourself up, and you got to bounce back.
Yep, because Wake Forest is waiting for you in Winston-Salem next week.
And they hope you're pouting.
Yeah.
They hope you're still thinking about West Virginia and Clemson. Maryland has got to say, my bad, because part of it was on self-inflicted.
Yep.
Once again.
Well, you look at that drive in which West Virginia scored, and Maryland gave them an extra chance by the offsides on the 4th and 2.
That was the game. That was turning point in the ball game. But you know what, Steve? Had they not done that, maybe they wouldn't have known that they could fight back and score 2 touchdowns the way they did.
Matt White will take a knee and force Maryland to use some timeouts here with 1:01 left to go. And doesn't look like the Terrapins are going to take the bait here right now. They're down by 12, and this one seems pretty much by the boards. Maryland Terrapins losing only on the verge of losing only their 5th game in 5 years here at Byrd Stadium. But it's been the last 3 that they played here.
That's what the guys that wear the red and white have to consider now. It's certainly not because of lack of work. These kids have worked their tails off.
West Virginia's ground game has made the statement of the day. 4.9 yards a carry. 302 yards on the day. 6 players in double figures led by a fullback, Owen Schmidt, who scored a touchdown and ran 80 yards in 6 carries. And that'll do it. Time will run out. Ralph Friedgen knows that his Terrapins have to live to fight another day. Rich Rodriguez will see the Mountaineers go 3-0 as they get ready to go back home to Morgantown, and they'll take on East Carolina next week. The 2 rivals in this heated rivalry between these 2 meet at midfield, and that's the final. It is West Virginia beating the Maryland Terrapins here in College Park. The final, the Mountaineers 31, the Terrapins 19.